Clients sometimes ask me to recommend a resort that they haven't heard of. They know all the big names, so they say, well, suggest somewhere that we don't know that perhaps we should put on our list, which might be interesting because of reasonable prices or some other attribute. So here's some suggestions for you to take a look at. In France, one I would always suggest would be Champagny-en-Vallars. It's not very well known. It should be because it's part of the huge Paradis ski area. It's at 1800 meters, so it's snow shore. You have a big ski area and prices are very reasonable. Other possibilities in France is perhaps one that you know better. You certainly know Méribel and you know the ski area there. But some of you may have skied over to Saint-Martin-de-Belleville, but if you don't know it, it's a very cute little village. And it's definitely one that should be put on your list. It's reasonably high altitude, has very good access to the huge Trois-Vallées system, and it's definitely one that you should consider. In Switzerland, there are quite a few. I started off selling in a place called Villars. It was over 30 years ago now, back in 1986. And in those days, nobody had heard of Villars. And the difficult part of starting out there was to try and persuade people to take a look at it. And when they went, they liked it, and they bought there, and that's really how this business started. It was the first ski resort where we started selling in Switzerland. And now it's quite well known, but it's not top of everybody's list. But it's a great resort, only an hour and a half from Geneva, dual season. And it ticks a lot of boxes. It's on a sunny plateau, decent ski area, and if you don't know it, then it's a resort that certainly you should consider. If you go further away from Geneva, heading down the Rhone Valley, you go past Sion, and the next up is Sierre. And if you turn off at Sierre, you go up to a little area called Grimentz. Grimentz is a very pretty, chocolate box pretty little resort, not very well known, but traditional village, some great skiing, some superb off-piste skiing, and you also have access to the ski area in Zinal and over on the other side of the valley at Saint-Luc. We've got some beautiful chalets there, it's old wood, this kind of thing, built new, so old chalet, new technology. Definitely worth a look if you have the budget for that kind of property. One that always sticks out for me, and I think is probably my favourite, and that's Saas-Fee. Saas-Fee is a rare combination because it combines high altitude, but it's also very charming. It's a mini version of Zermatt, traffic free. You park your car in a huge multi-storey car park and then you walk into the resort, and then everything is accessible on foot. But it's quite a lively resort, decent après-ski, big choice of restaurants, plenty to do, and the properties are very reasonably priced. And it's definitely a resort that you should put very much on the top of your list, well worth a look. So those are just some tips for you, but if you want any further advice, then we're always here to help you. Just email us at Investors in Property.